The unbelievable paradox. Have you ever wondered what truly creates the most expensive car on Earth? A machine worth tens of millions, where even the smallest detail is crafted to near-perfect precision. Today, you're looking at the Rolls-Royce La Rose Noire drop tail, a symbol of ultimate wealth and exclusivity. But what makes this story extraordinary is where it all began. Over 150 years ago, on the cold, unforgiving streets of London, a 9-year-old boy stood for hours each day selling newspapers and delivering telegrams, just to earn a few coins for bread. That boy had no idea that one day, his name would be placed on cars so exclusive that even kings and royalty would have to wait to own one. But this is not just a rags to riches story. This is a story about obsession, an obsession with perfection taken to the extreme. And when that obsession met the right person, it gave birth to an empire called Rolls-Royce, a brand whose history, even after more than a century, remains filled with stories so strange, so luxurious, and at times, almost impossible to believe. Henry Royce, a genius forged in adversity. The man behind it all was Frederick Henry Royce. He was born on March 27, 1863, in Alwalton, Huntingdonshire, England. Royce was the youngest of 5 children of James and Mary Royce, who ran a failing flour mill. After his father and Appo's death in 1872, the family moved to London, where Royce dropped out of school at age 9 and helped support the family by selling newspapers and delivering telegraphs. At age 14, he began a 7-year apprenticeship at the Great Northern Railway in Doncaster, where he developed a passion for mechanical engineering through self-study and evening classes in electrical engineering. Before entering the world of automobiles, he spent nearly 2 decades experimenting, inventing, and perfecting mechanical and electrical devices, quietly building a foundation of engineering excellence. In 1884, at the age of 21, with only £20 in savings, Royce, along with Ernest Claremont, co-founded F. H. Royce and Company in Manchester, guided by a philosophy that would later become legendary. Take the best that exists and make it better. If it doesn't exist, create it. Initially producing generators, electric cranes, and accessories for the burgeoning electrical industry, the company grew into Royce Limited. In 1899, dissatisfied with the performance of the French de Courville car he bought in 1903, Royce redesigned it, leading to the creation of his first original car. In 1904, his first car, the Royce 10, was equipped with a modest 1.8-litre 2-cylinder engine producing 10 horsepower, paired with a 3-speed manual transmission, a simple machine, yet remarkably sophisticated for its time. Only one engine survives today at the Museum of Science and Industry in Manchester. He laid the foundation for an entirely new standard. The meeting that changed everything. Sir Charles Stuart Rolls was born in Berkeley Square, London, in 1877, become one half of the legendary Rolls-Royce partnership. He was a son of the first Baron Langattock. Educated at Cambridge, and early on developed a strong interest in engines. He became one of the first men in Britain to deal in motor cars. And yet, despite his position, he held little faith in the quality of British engineering. In May 1904, at the Midland Hotel in Manchester, 2 men from entirely different worlds finally met. When Charles Rolls took Henry Royce's car for a drive, every doubt he had simply vanished. He is said to have declared, "I have found the greatest mechanical engineer in the world." Just 2 years later, in 1906, they officially formed Rolls-Royce. And from that moment on, the rest became history, not just for them, but for the entire automotive industry. The Silver Ghost, a legend proven. In 1907, the Rolls-Royce Silver Ghost was introduced, and it was soon hailed as the best car in the world. But Rolls-Royce did not simply make bold claims, they proved them. In one remarkable demonstration, a full glass of water was placed on the engine while the car was running, and not a single drop was spilled. The car then went on to complete a 15,000-mile journey without a single mechanical failure. Even more astonishingly, over 65% of all Rolls-Royce cars ever built are still in existence today, a near unbelievable testament to the brand's engineering and durability. And it was during this very era that an immortal symbol was born. In 1911, the spirit of ecstasy was introduced, inspired by Eleanor Thornton, the secret muse of a British aristocrat, and sculpted by Charles Sykes. Interestingly, the figure does not depict wings at all, but rather flowing robes, captured as if they were being carried by the wind. And more than a century later, in 2022, the emblem was subtly refined once again, this time, to enhance its aerodynamic form. Tragedy and a legacy in the skies. But success often comes at a price. On the 12th of July, 1910, Charles Rolls was killed when his Wright Flyer broke apart mid-air during a public flight display in Bournemouth, age of just 32. Henry Royce carried on. And when the First World War broke out, Rolls-Royce turned its focus towards building aircraft engines. Engines such as the Eagle and the Merlin would go on to power icons like the Supermarine Spitfire, playing a vital role in defending Britain's skies. What's even more remarkable is this: the Merlin engine was so powerful that the thrust from its exhaust alone could add nearly 10 miles per hour to the aircraft's speed, a level of engineering far ahead of its time. And it didn't stop there. By the 1930s, Rolls-Royce engines were helping to set speed records exceeding 300 miles per hour, proving that the company was not only a master of refinement, but also of raw, extraordinary performance. Modern luxury, an unimaginable standard. Today, Rolls-Royce is owned by BMW. Yet the spirit of Frederick Henry Royce lives on in every detail. At the Goodwood factory, each car is treated as a work of art. It takes no less than 2 months to complete a single Phantom, with over 44,000 possible color options, and hundreds of components assembled entirely by hand. The level of precision here borders on the irrational. The leather interior is sourced exclusively from European bulls to avoid natural imperfections. The wheel center caps remain perfectly upright at all times, thanks to a self-leveling mechanism. And for over 17 years, a single craftsman has been responsible for painting the signature coach line on every car, entirely by hand. And what if you demand absolute silence? The Rolls-Royce Ghost uses up to 100 kilograms of sound insulation, creating a cabin so quiet, it feels almost detached from the outside world. And if personalization is what you seek, Rolls-Royce will take it to extraordinary extremes. The Starlight headliner features over 1,300 fiber optic lights, recreating a star-filled night sky, even complete with shooting stars. Some designs require up to 250,000 individual stitches, taking months to perfect. And if you happen to live far from any dealership, Rolls-Royces are flying doctors will travel across the world to service your car, wherever you are. The legacy of obsession. Rolls-Royce does not simply sell cars. They sell a dream, the dream of uncompromising perfection. From a poor newspaper boy on the streets of London, to a brand chosen by royalty itself, with the Rolls-Royce Phantom 4, of which only 18 were ever built exclusively for monarchs and heads of state. This is not a story about money. This is a story about standards, standards set so high, they are almost impossible for anyone else to reach. And perhaps the most remarkable thing of all is this: even a brand as perfect as Rolls-Royce has recalled its own cars over the smallest imperfections, because to them, nothing is ever good enough. Because when your obsession with perfection runs deep enough, the world does not change you. You change the world. So what about you? What part of this story stayed with you the most? Let us know in the comments below. And if you'd like to explore more stories of brands that have shaped the world, be sure to subscribe and join us on the next journey.